We need power. I'm Pastor Dean. Thanks for joining me here at the Lakes for Good News Reflections. It is Friday, April 17th. We're reading 1 Thessalonians chapter 1, and I invite you to read the entire chapter. For today, we're going to look at verse 5. And Paul writes, "For our gospel did not come to you in words only, but it also came to you in power in the Holy Spirit." When, I don't know, who did you have for kindergarten teacher? Do you remember? Mine was Mrs. Cooper. Everything I needed to learn, I learned in kindergarten from Mrs. Cooper. One of my favorite times in kindergarten was show and tell, where we would bring things in, and me or our friends, and then we would get to talk about them. And I just want to say, Jesus totally understood show and tell. His ministry was show and tell. He would talk about the good news of the Father, of His great love, and then He would show the love of the Father by performing miracles or healing those who were sick. Jesus has an expectation on us that we would be a people who practice show and tell in our daily, normal lives. From Mark 16:17, Jesus says, believers will be given power to perform miracles. Say perform. When was the last time you practiced a miracle? It's supposed to be, the miraculous is supposed to be natural for the believer. It's supposed to be a normal part of our everyday living, the practice of miracles. And I believe truly that the reason that they aren't normal in my life is because I don't trust them to be normal, meaning I don't ask them to be normal, meaning I don't practice the show as much as I should, and I'm called to in this fallen and broken world in which we live. Jesus says in Luke 24:49 to His disciples as He's ready to ascend into heaven, He says, "Stay here in Jerusalem until the Holy Spirit comes and fills you with power from heaven." That the power from heaven, the way heaven's supposed to be, is supposed to come to earth, power, through the Holy Spirit, and that we are supposed to exercise that as disciples of His in our daily living. Paul believes this when he writes in 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 20, "For the kingdom is not a matter of talk, but of power." And then again in Acts 1:8, Jesus said, "You will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, and you will be my witnesses." A long time ago, when I used to read that text from Acts 1:8, I used to think Jesus is saying, when the Holy Spirit fills me, He'll give me more boldness to speak about Him in the world. And I think that that's true. But also, I really think in this, He's talking about the power is the power of the show. The power to pray for others. The power to perform miracles. Now, can you perform a miracle and can I perform a miracle? Well, without the Holy Spirit, no. But with the Holy Spirit, of course, yes. It is the expectation that Jesus has of His followers. But unless I'm willing to step up to the plate and take the swing, I'll never hit the ball. Our world needs people who are willing to step up and pray for miracles. Signing out from the Lakes.